And this bothers me a little bit because I see people who have these passions and have these dreams, and people that we work with, maybe they got a 9 to 5 and they're working a corporate job. And I respect it because they're doing it because they need to provide for the family. And I respect that. But they have these passions and they have these dreams and they have these goals that they kind of just like forego and brush off to the side because they're worried. They're not confident in themselves. And the security is keeping them comfortable, right?
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds. And y'all know what I'm going to say. I'm excited to be here. I have another fantastic guest. Y'all know I love stories. Y'all know I love connecting with people. I love looking at things through their lens because they have this special nuance to what they're building, how they're building. And so today is no different, but I have someone who loves storytelling like I do, and so I know this is going to be a good episode because I believe the information that's going to be transmitted is going to be transmitted in a way that it really connects. And so I want to introduce you all to Mr. Giancarlo. Mr. Giancarlo, how you doing today, sir?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Oh man, doing good. Again, excited to have you on. Excited to see things through your lenses. And so, I'll be honest with you, man. I want to dive in.
Yeah.
I would love for you to tell the people what your main focus is these days. Tell the people maybe a little origin story. Kind of how you got to where you are now. Would love to know that.
Yeah.
And then please tell them what markets you're operating in, because I think they would love to hear that as well. And so, sir, you have the floor, man.
Well, first and foremost, thanks for having me. I love coming on and speaking to different people, sharing my story. So my name is Giancarlo Carangelo. I'm 35 years old. I'm a real estate investor and real estate manager based out of Montreal, Canada. So I've been doing real estate now. This is the start of my 10th year. It's October actually was 10 years, the start of my 10th year that I got into real estate. And essentially, just to give you a little idea of who I am and where I come from, I'm a high school dropout. I never really graduated from high school. I never really liked school. Couldn't really blend in academically, so it took me a little minute to find my path, right? Back when I was younger. And, needless to say that I did eventually go back to obtain a GED. Because I realized that in the career world, wherever you go, they ask for a minimum GED. So I did obtain that. And I always set myself goals back then, get the GED. And then at one point I wanted to work in a hotel and then a restaurant. And so one day I came to like a crossroads where I said, okay, I need to pick a long-term career path, something that, when I grow older, it could, stabilize my family and my security, right? And obviously being limited with my minimal academic experience, no college, no university, barely out of high school. I was looking at options and I came across real estate.
Hmm.
And at the time, it was a real estate broker's course. And at the time, I found it was a great introduction to real estate, to learn the business, to try to make money while learning. And for me, it was also like one of the top things that I could do for my life. It was up there with like becoming a lawyer or
Yeah.
becoming a doctor in that business world. And so, I got through it. I did it academically, and I passed. I got into it first as a real estate broker before eventually becoming a property manager and then an investor. Fast forward today, it's 10 years now. I'm in real estate full time, and I do investing here in Canada, a little bit in the US and in Dominican Republic. And I help people and I help teach people how they could become real estate investors. People who have maybe limiting beliefs, and feel that it's impossible for them because their lack of resources, their lack of education. So, we consult people and we teach people how they can apply these strategies to invest in real estate and, go after their goals.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Man, love it. Quite the hero's journey, man. Like going from you said, dropping out to now you're 35 years old. You've been doing this for 10 years in October. Um, Investing in the Dominican Republic, Canada, some of the US. I mean, that's the journey, man. And I love it, man. And so I know you've been on this journey, and I would love to know what are some core business strategies that you've picked up over the years that really kind of ground you and sustain you? But also, what's some core personal strategies that you've picked up over the years that you have found that ground you and makes you successful? I know some people might do the gym, cold plunge, different things like that. But so what are some core personal strategies that you like, yeah, this helps me for sure. And then what are some core business strategies that you say, yeah, this helps me for sure as well?
Every year when I start off a new year, I try to make myself 3 goals.
Hmm.
So try to make a business goal, a personal goal, and an educational goal.
Hmm.
Yeah. And it helps develop me from all aspects of who I am today. So a business goal would be maybe to, apply a new system or a new structure to help things move efficiently. Automation, standard operating procedures. Personal goal might be to, you know, um, basically pick up a new activity. Like most recently, it was jujitsu. I've been, and I got into that,
Yeah.
less than 2 years ago. And an educational goal is something like, for example, read 10 books,
Yeah.
set a goal. And when I started making these goals, like it helped me with all these aspects. So on the business side, some strategies that I applied were, systems, SOPs, which I think are very, very important.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I used to do the spaghetti method. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No.
Throw a bunch of wet spaghetti at the wall and whatever sticks, sticks. And that worked. That
Are you
works. Does it?
are you familiar with that? I didn't know I was, but yes, I'm familiar with it.
And that works until it does. And then there's a point in time where you need to understand how, what other successful people are doing around you. And that's when I started to implement strategies and systems into the business. And, in real estate, I mean, it's all about efficiency. So it could be something as funny as, communicating only through email. That way, everything is documented. Everything has a paper trail. Lately, last year, it's been applying new AI tools, you know, and then when it comes to on the business side of things, when it comes to the team, I like to lead by example and not by authority.
Yeah.
I find there's too many people out there that lead because of the sole fact that they're the boss.
Mm.
Right. But I think that when it comes to my team, I like to lead them by example because I've been in the trenches. I still go in the trenches, and you can't expect your employees or your team to do something that you've never done.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
That part.
When it comes to the personal side, well, this sounds cliche, but going to bed early, waking up early, drinking enough water, reading enough books, exercising. I used to never read, and then I started reading. I maybe read for the first 30 years of my life, maybe read 5 books. And then I started reading. And every year I made a goal, small goals, start off 3 books, then 5, then 10, 12. And now I read continuously, like it's part of my everyday routine. But one thing I noticed is it helps me center myself and focus myself. Because, as human beings, especially in the business world, we're tied to these things, our cell phones. And we don't even know how much we are tied to these things that when we read books, it kind of like unwires us. It calms us down, And I actually feel my brain getting stronger the more books that I read, And practicing patience, learning not to panic. Real estate's full of problems, right? So in my personal life, learning, not to panic and learning how to think of solutions with a clear, level head, I think is definitely one of the things in my personal life that's helped me, when it comes to the way I operate both in personal and in business.
Yeah. No, man, I thank you so much again, man. Thank you for giving us the gift of your story, right? Telling us, walking us through, kind of how you got to where you are now, where you're grounded, where you're successful, where you're not easily panicked, not easily rattled. Like these are the things that I'm hearing. And I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think that comes with learning how to be confident in yourself. And I'm not trying to sound sappy, but I think all those times reading, connecting the dots, realize that, really how intelligent you really are and how your work ethic is matched with your intelligence. I think it produces a certain type of confidence that, like, whatever situation I got to face, it's just how to figure this out. That's it. Like, it's not that it's going to stop me. It's just what's the tool, what's the strategy to figure this thing out. So I think all those things that you named, I think is built a certain level of confidence in you. Am I wrong or right when it comes to that?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And like, I think confidence comes from doing the things that you A, don't feel like doing, and B, are afraid to do. I mean, look, I started jujitsu, 18 months ago, and I was not confident in there the first time. I was 45 pounds heavier. What I was doing, people who were, forget about lighter than me, younger than me, were beating me, and you had to really learn how to put the ego aside and how to put the pride aside and come back into the gym every day. Helped me build confidence, right? But the thing with confidence is most people don't even get started.
That part.
Yeah, they don't. They're so afraid. And this bothers me a little bit because I see people who have these passions and have these dreams, and people that we work with, maybe they got a 9 to 5 and they're working a corporate job. And I respect it because they're doing it because they need to provide for the family, and I respect that. but they have these passions and they have these dreams and they have these goals that they kind of just like forego and brush off to the side because they're worried, they're not confident in themselves, and the security is keeping them comfortable, right? But you'll never really realize your true potential if you don't try. And confidence also comes with failure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you cannot, there is no success without failure.
Mm-hmm.
But chances are, before you succeed, you're going to fail a couple dozen times, maybe. You know, and social media kind of ruins that for people too, because we don't know what's real, what's not. And all of a sudden, we see these young entrepreneurs with Lamborghinis and Ferraris that are probably rented at $1,000 a day, to be honest with you. But, you know, and you got this 22, 23-year-old flaunting these high-end cars. And then you got this 35-year-old who's working a 9 to 5, who has a dream or a passion that he's too afraid to chase. And then he looks at social media, it puts him down. So, you know, you want to build that confidence, do the thing that you're afraid to do. Right?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Man, I love it. I think that's an incredible message. You know, confidence is stacked. It's like it's incrementally stacked with each and every win. And I love how you started talking. You started off like, hey, it was 3 books, then maybe it was 6 books. Maybe it was 10 books. Like it was incrementally stacked. And that's what builds confidence. These little wins and these little wins personally and little wins in your business, they give you the confidence to go after whatever it is that you want to go after. So I love it, man. Let me ask you this. What's the next real goal for you? Like what are you looking to solve or scale next?
So we set a goal that we want to help 100 people in the next 12 months change their lives and teach them how they could become real estate investors. I
Yeah.
think that a lot of people feel like getting into real estate is unattainable, especially here in Canada with the price of housing and the price of renting property. You know, a lot of the barrier to entry is very, very thick, and a lot of people, you know, feel it's unattainable. So we want to help, you know, 100 people change their lives. And I think that, you know, when I started as a real estate broker, my main clientele was people looking to buy their first investments.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a real estate consultant, you know, I'm still working with people who want to buy their first investments because, yeah, the fifth one's great, the third one's good, the second one, the fourth, but there's nothing like that first investment, you know, and that first time that and it could be anything, first time you achieve something that you thought was impossible, right? So we want to help 100 people in the next 12 months, you know, change their lives, teach them about real estate investing, and help them get out there into the real estate world. You know, and you know what? High school dropouts with no education, no background, no team, no support, none of these things that I had when I was starting off, you know, but I just had, you know, grit, determination, and I, you know, knew this was it. I had the luxury of no options.
The luxury of no options. Get your mind wrapped around that. That'll build some confidence for you because, of course, there's no option. So yeah, there's gonna come with some falling down, but I got to get up because there ain't no option. There's no other option, and I love that. And to those that's listening, if you are faced with adversity, look at it as you have the luxury of no option. You have the luxury that you have to figure this out. And so, yeah, have grace on yourself, stack it incrementally. You know, these wins, stack them, you know, one small win at a time. But please know that the option is moving forward. That's the option. I love how you talk about helping 100 investors, how you want to help people. So I want to get your perspective on relationship building. It sounds like to me that relationships are important to you. So what's your perspective on relationship building?
Relationships are huge. I think that relationships are, there's people that are rich in relationships in the business world, and relationships come with a lot of nourishing. They take time to build.
Mm-hmm.
The first time you do business with someone, everyone's kind of walking on eggshells. Me and you go into a joint venture. I don't know business that you've done in the past. You don't know the business I've done. You don't know if we're going to work well together, but we're going to walk with eggshells. Then we do one good deal, and then we'll try another one, the third one, and before you know it, a year or two later, we become full-time solid partners because we know we're doing good business. But all that comes with the 2 years of relationship building.
Mm.
And building relationships in business is as simple as keeping connected, doing what you say you're gonna do, never over promising and under delivering, always under promise and over deliver. Right. So I have a very conservative mindset. Even when I analyze properties, if I know the market value is, let's just say, $200 more for a rental, I'll run my numbers $200 less, because if it passes at the minimum, it'll pass for sure at the maximum. Right. And my partners will be a little more excited when we have a few $100s more of cash flow than originally projected. So I think that under promising and over delivering, it comes with, building a quality relationship, because people, when they work with you, they want to know that A, you're going to do what you say, and B, you can do what you say. The world's filled with a lot of fluff, right? Even, in my real estate broker days, how many real estate brokers would say, yeah, your house is worth X amount more when it's worth 100,000 less, because they just want that listing, and then that listing won't sell, right? Versus somebody who says what it is and then delivers on what it is.
Mm.
So, but that comes with time. That also comes with two other things that we previously talked about in this podcast: discipline and confidence.
Mm. 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 Man, thank you. I think that's an incredible nugget. And I hear just not just building relationships, but building them in an honest and ethical way. Building them in a way where your reputation is intact, because I ain't gonna sell you or on a lie. I'm not gonna tell you on some misinformation. No, we're gonna build this relationship. We're gonna build it on trust in a very organic and integral way. And that's what I heard you say. So just not building relationships, but building them in the right way. And so, man, listen, I appreciate you so much. If someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, learn more about what you're doing, how can they get in contact with you, sir?
I think the best way to reach me is definitely through Instagram at Carangelo Real Estate, Carangelo Real Estate. I'm very active on Instagram. I answer all my messages when I see them, and that's definitely the best way to reach me.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, I say this very sincerely. One, thank you for your time, because time is valuable. You're a consultant, so you can get paid for your time, so you know that. So, one, thank you for your time. Two, thank you for your story. I told you I love stories, and I love when people take control of their own narrative and they really bring themselves and their authentic self to something like this, just not to talk about business, but to talk about themselves in a very authentic way. So definitely thank you for your story. And definitely, man, thank you for your perspective. Thank you for the way you think. You've given enough nuggets that I know somebody's going to hear this and have a mind shift around some of the things that they're facing, some of the situations that they're in, and just overall practices. And so I can't thank you enough, sir. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. It was great chatting with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So listen, y'all got the nuggets and value from Giancarlo. You got it. So definitely check him out, but definitely make sure you are subscribed. I keep telling you, we're going to continue to bring up incredible people up just like this gentleman here. And I tell you, we're going to keep doing it. So just make sure you subscribe. That way, when the alert go off, you can just come on in. And so this is Giancarlo, man. Thank you again, sir. I greatly appreciate you. And to everyone else, we will see you on the next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.